Hi, this is Michael Shalinsky, also known as Jomo Dad, and we're going to try and make a couple of salads today. This is for my friend Nikki DeValis. She wants to know how I make my salads. This is a Brussels sprout salad here with some carrots and celery, and I use the stems as much as possible from the cauliflower and the broccoli. I'll show you how to peel that up a little bit, and most of that's already cleaned already. Those are the tools I'm going to use. We're going to make some cucumbers with rice vinegar and sesame oil and sesame seeds, and then on top of the Brussel Sprout Slaw, we're going to put this organic miso, orange miso dressing, which is really good and lightly sweet. Okay, we'll start with the cucumber salad just to get those cucumbers out of the way. You don't want them to be too wet, so dry them off. Just cut them in half the long way. Get in here and slice them real thin. Okay, so I got those all chopped up. I took Boys Chef in junior high school and really enjoyed it. But I remember both my parents cooked really well. My dad was a barbecue guy, and mom made sure that we could cook. So I've just always enjoyed it, and it's just the way it is. We just make the things that we like. Okay, so you just, you know, put enough oil on there just to get it glistening, and then rice wine vinegar on there. I don't know, this is just the brand I use. And then you sprinkle a little bit of toasted sesame seeds in there. And that's it. I don't season it because the sesame oil and the rice wine vinegar are plenty of seasoning. And you can put as much of that other stuff in there as you like. And I just put the lid on and shake it up. This will keep the cucumbers lasting longer, and if you put the cucumbers right on a tossed salad, you know that it'll all that fluid will get into your salad and wreck it. So it's better to store them separately. I probably could have dried those off a little better. They wouldn't have got as cloudy as that, but it's no big deal. I like to peel off the hard skin on the broccoli. You don't have to get it all off of there. You can get in there with a peeler. It works. Um, if you got areas like that, we got plenty here. We can, just cut that off. Or you can get in there with a knife and clean it off like this. And you just do your best you can to save as much of the meat as possible. And like I said, you don't have to get it off there 100%, but it's kind of tough. So you want to do something to get as much of it off there as you can. So with this, you want to slice it thin like this because it's supposed to look like a slaw. Then you get in here, you slice it like that the long way, and then maybe into some smaller chunks. The thinner the better, I guess. You do your best and take your time to clean it up as much as possible. If you don't have one of these veggie picker up or scraper things, to pick up the veggies, you can use the back side of your knife. I got a bowl here. Use the back side of your knife. And that way you don't dull the blade. But, these are pretty cool to have in the kitchen. And then basically with this, you can use the peeler. You can get your hand on it. And you're going to peel it. Sometimes I grab a fork. That'll help you get a hold of it. Or you can get in there with the chef knife. Just watch out for your fingers. And then, you can try and stack these up, but as best you can, just slice them thinner, maybe chop them in half. You just want these little shards like this. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the carrot here. I should have left it long, wasn't thinking. But, same thing. You get in there with the peeler as much as you can. Okay, the same thing as with the cauliflower. You can get in there with a knife and slice it really thin, as thin as you can without hurting yourself. Okay, and again, the same thing with this. You just go ahead and chop it down into smaller pieces. Okay, well, making these videos at home when you share the house with somebody else is always fun. They keep walking into your video and talking. I got mom, I got the dog. So that's the way that goes. So I got some celery here, and same kind of situation. Just trim it down here as thin as you can. How you chop them is up to you. That's all we do for the celery, and it's all depends on how much you want of whatever. There's no fixed proportions. You just kind of eyeball everything. You see the salad grows really fast. The bowl fills up pretty quick. So as far as the sprouts go, 4, 5, 6 of them usually do the job. Okay, so the way that you clean these up, you chop off the end and you peel off the first few layers here. Get all the bad stuff off. Alright, I don't use those. Alright, that's it. Alright, then you rinse those off. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I had to add a couple more. I don't know, the ratios look a little bit off. So you cut them in half like this, and then you just chop them real thin. Alright, you see, just chop them up like coleslaw, like you would cabbage. Just thin those, just thin those out. They just break up like this. Okay. Okay, we got everything chopped up and in the bowl. I like to add these salad toppers here. I think they're really good. Nuts and cranberries and stuff like that. I just dump a whole bag in there. And you just pour enough salad dressing on there to give it a little glisten. Okay, there you have it. I stirred it in using a fork here. Looks like it's shiny enough to me. You let it sit in the fridge for a little while. And perfecto. One final tip is that I don't run all that stuff down the garbage disposal. I take a paper towel and I scoop it out of there, because who wants to clog up the drain? Garbage disposal isn't really meant to dispose of that much junk. Okay, so I pick it all up and throw it in the trash. Well, this is what we're having for dinner tonight. Alright, I think you get the idea from there, so I cut out the sound from here. I want to tell you I have made some t-shirts to go along with this video. Some of the graphics are going to pop up on the screen here. You can go take a look at those in my Zazzle store, please. It helps me out, makes me a little extra money. So please remember to like and subscribe, and if you get a chance, please go buy a t-shirt or something.